What's up, y'all? Hold on, make sure my face is good. Just got finished eating something. What's good? What's good? I just wanted to tap in with y'all real quick. Send y'all out a quick update. I don't know how many of y'all caught the last going off topic Black family discussion that we put out today at 2 o'clock. I thought it was pretty dope. Had a really good time with that one. The panelists were great. The engagement in the chat was dope. So anybody who tapped in for that, I appreciate y'all, tapping in to check out that discussion. We actually just put out our next casting call for our next discussion. Black family discussion, right? We leaning real hard on the Black family, right? We unapologetically Black over here. We not looking to how they say it, we're not looking to migrate the coffee, although I do got a little bit of cream and sugar in this coffee. But I'm just saying, like, when it comes to our panels, we're keeping it real Black, you know what I'm saying? So you'll never hear me saying that, Omwali Africa is not a Black platform, you know what I mean? So, but no, all seriousness, all jokes aside, we had a really dope Black family discussion today on our Going Off Topic panel. Just put out the casting call last night for the next panel. I forget what it's called. Hold on one second. Team be keeping me busy. They be having me working like O'Shea over here. So the next one is, this is the Brittany Renner edition. So the next topic is, have good girls going bad to meet the desires of Black men, right? So, there's a lot of arguments out here that people are making about, Black men are simping and Black men are basically generating the demand for whores, right? Because whores are winning, because hoes are winning, or whatever you want to call it, more and more women are seeing that, the way to be validated by the men that they want is to appeal to, what those men desire. I don't necessarily believe that, but it's an argument, right? And it's an argument that members of the Black family are currently having. So I'm like, you know what? That'll be our next going off topic discussion, our next going off topic Black family discussion, right? So if you're interested in taking part in that, definitely reach out to me. This past weekend, me and my team, my producer, my strategist, my partners, we all got together and we were discussing kind of like the future of the channel. I mean, I think we're doing really well, but we've been taking, feedback from the people. We really appreciate y'all engagement, y'all sharing the material, y'all keeping the conversations going across social media. That's dope, and we really, really respect that. But I had an epiphany, right? Like when I first decided to launch, my podcast, right? The Race, Manhood, and Power podcast. Hold on a second. I'll make sure y'all can see the mug, right? When I first decided to launch the podcast, the Race, Manhood, and Power podcast, we were like, this podcast is going to be geared towards having a conversation about the global crises that we see playing out in Black manhood or African manhood, however you feel comfortable saying it. And, we came up with a content plan, a strategy, and we've just basically been executing, since we started. Of course, we're taking inputs from the market and recalibrating and adjusting. But coming up on the close of our first quarter, right, as content creators, right, I put out the first show was released on the 30th of August. So on the 30th of November, we'll be closing out on Q1, you know what I'm saying? So, just looking and making some adjustments or whatever. But one of the things that we realized, right, early on, I always said that I wasn't really too comfortable with like the entertainment like aspect of like the content creation business. You know what I mean? I don't really see myself as an entertainer. There's times when I'll lean a little bit on my personality or lean a little bit on charisma, just to try to keep the audience engaged. But like, I'll never feel comfortable putting on clown boots and just like, being a buffoon. I just don't really have that in me. So what we decided was that, the entertainment education ratio on a podcast doesn't all have to be met via one show, right, via the Race, Manhood, and Power show. So I'm giving you a little bit of strategy here, right? Because if you want to be successful, especially if your goal is to like spread a message, then you need a mix of like candy and medicine. And I don't think that I ever would have been able to do like a 20-80 ratio with Race, Manhood, and Power, right? 20% education, 80% entertainment. Like Race, Manhood, and Power is literally like 90% education, right? And 10% entertainment, right? So the entertainment mix is not really that heavy. So I said, you know what? Why don't we just put other programming on the channel that can serve the need of entertainment, right? So folks will at least come to the channel for that. So that's when we came up with Going Off Topic. We came up with Omowale After Dark. And of course, the other two programs we have Live Office Hours with Professor Omowale, and we have Race, Manhood, and Power. But very quickly, you know, Race, Manhood, and Power, it really became like, you know, if you back in the day, right, when they didn't have CDs and before streaming, you used to get cassette tapes. And every cassette tape would have an A side and a B side, right? And the real hip hop heads like really rock with the B side, right? That's where you don't get the radio tracks. That's where you get that like real rap. And so the epiphany that we had over the weekend was like, damn, like Race, Manhood, and Power is really like the B side of our content, right? Most people, unless you're like a real hip hop head, unless you're on some real like revolutionary stuff or some black liberation stuff, most people are not going to tune in for that. It's going to be like a very small group of select people who get it, who understand it, who are going to show up. It just is what it is, right? So going forward, I think that we are going to be looking to make more of an investment, you know, on the Omowale After Dark, as well as on Going Off Topic, because the conversations are just like natural. People enjoy them. And believe it or not, people are learning, because I do have a way of bringing over some, you know, intelligent and culturally informed folks that I know who are in my circle that, you know, can lend to the conversation. But with the growth that we're seeing, we're seeing that, you know, a lot of the engagement and people who we interact with are going to start being people beyond, you know, my own influence, beyond my own circle, because now with the success of some of these interviews we've done, now we got people reaching out to us asking to be interviewed, right? So these are good problems to have, right? Actually not a problem at all, right? These are good things to have as a new content creator. You know what I mean? It means that people are responding. We are reading, right, the information that the market has given back to us in terms of feedback, and we are adjusting on the fly, right? How do they say, like, you build the plane as you fly it? I mean, that's basically what we're doing. So Race, Manhood, and Power. Race, Manhood, and Power Season 1 is actually going to be coming to an end. I have, 3 more episodes? Right, I have episode 15, 16, and then the season finale before it comes to an end. And, you know, what was interesting about Race, Manhood, and Power is, like, we always saw it as, like, a project to help introduce a framework and a new discussion around Black manhood and the existential crises that we face as Black men. And being within this manosphere space, you know, and having conversation and being in, you know, community with other men in the community, we realize very, very quickly that a lot of the men in this space have what I refer to as a WIMP psychology, like simp, but a WIMP psychology. And it basically just means that, like, a lot of the brothers come from a white identified male perspective. Right. A lot of the brothers here are not African-centered. They are not Afrocentric. So instead of calling them Eurocentric, I say that they are white identified. Right. I mean, and you hear it in all of their anecdotes, how they define success, how they make sense of the world. They really identify strongly with whiteness, for better or worse. And I mean, I know folks will probably push back on it, but I guess as somebody who examines, you know, cultural values and ideas and interrogates, you know, different thought paradigms, right? I have the ability to see it. So I'm like, man, this space really is overrun with WIMPs. And it would be dope if we could at least start a conversation that could highlight some of the ways in which that I guess wimpology is expressed and how it presents itself, right? So I think that we've been successful at least introducing the conversation via the Race, Manhood, and Power podcast. But with these last 3 episodes, we really are going to like kind of like be buckling down, right? As we bring as we prepare to land the plane, right? So we have episode 15, which I have to record today, and that is red pilling the manosphere. Will black men survive the demolition of manhood? So that's episode 15. Then we have episode 16, which is Guardians of the Gynocracy and Scorched Black Pills. And then we have episode 17, which is the season finale, and that's called An Unwritten Black Manifesto of Incel Rage. So instead of manifesto, it's manifesto, right? So, there'll be an artistic rendering of that for y'all to check out. But yeah, that's the update. You know what I mean? Things are going incredibly well. Looked at our analytics as we're coming to the end of the quarter. Our audience is 85% male, 15% female, which is good, because that means that our targeted audience are the people who are supporting the channel. We do have some black female supporters who are super dope and always welcome on the channel. I want to give a big shout out to my sister AY. I want to give a big shout out to my sister Chelsea Galloway. I shouldn't start naming names, because then if I forget a few names, they're going to be like, oh, he don't really appreciate me being here. Then I have to list all the names. But listen, you know who you are. Y'all know when y'all show up to the lives, I rock with y'all. You know what I mean? I always shout y'all out in the chat, so I definitely appreciate y'all. I want to say shout out to my sister, I am Courtney Michelle. She's doing great things with her new YouTube channel. Certainly looking forward to collabing with her going forward, just assisting her on her channel in any way that I possibly can. But that's really it, fam. I just wanted to pull my camera out. Of course, I got the notepad over here getting ready. But that's it. You know what I'm saying? So if you enjoyed the going off topic black family discussion earlier today, let me know. Like, write something in the comments. Like, share it. And if you're interested in being on our next panel, hit us up. Send me an email. Give me your thoughts on the topic, right? Is it, are 304s really winning? You know what I'm saying? Or are good girls going bad because black men want bad girls? Like, what is it? It's either one or the other. Like, we got to figure it out. So I think that's going to be a dope conversation, and I'm looking forward to having it. All right, y'all. So I appreciate y'all tapping in with me. Today is not a Manhood Monday. Today is just a regular Wednesday. But yeah, I'm about to record my next episode. So the episode on Monday is not going to be live. It's going to be pre-recorded. On Friday, my interview is dropping with I am Courtney Michelle. On Sunday, I think we have brother BF and Kruma, my brother out of Philly. He's pulling up. He just, his new book is coming out in December called Unstoppable. So y'all can go to his IG if y'all follow him and go ahead and pre-order that book. So yeah, that's it, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap out. I appreciate y'all always rocking with me. This thing is moving and moving fast. We are growing. Y'all are showing support, and I appreciate it. And that's it. All right. So I'm going to talk to y'all soon. Peace.